breaking news: Tottenham have sacked manager Mauricio Pochettino. I was not expecting this at all. I tried to get onto the Tottenham website to read the statement, but it's just crashed. It's crashed. So there's literally nothing I can do. I can't read the statement. But Tottenham have sacked head coach Mauricio Pochettino after 5 years in charge of the Premier League club. And I'm really surprised at this. Particularly the timing is really weird. The timing is really, really strange. This is what Levy said. It's a small clip of what he had to say. We are extremely reluctant to make this change, as it is not a decision the board has taken lightly nor in haste. Regrettably, domestic results at the end of last season and the beginning of this season have been extremely disappointing. So Mauricio Pochettino was appointed in 2014. He's one of the longest serving managers in the Premier League. I think he's behind Dyche and he's behind Eddie Howe. So he started off at Espanyol. He spent 3 years at Espanyol before leaving in 2012. In the start of 2013, he was appointed by Southampton, and I remember my cousin is a Southampton fan, and I remember there being a massive uproar about this manager who didn't speak any English coming in and being a manager, and they sacked Nigel Atkins out of the blue. And he did really well with Southampton, and he got the Tottenham job. He's spent there 5 years. He got a runner-up of the Carabao Cup, or then, well, I can't remember what it was then, but the Carling Cup or whatever it was then. And he also obviously finished runners-up in the Champions League in 2019. So the last results, as I said, have been very, very poor. If we look at this season, just this season alone, there's been a 1-0 defeat by Newcastle, a 2-1 defeat by Leicester, a 3-0 defeat by Brighton. Obviously they lost to Liverpool as well. Lots of draws in there with City, with Arsenal, with Watford, with Sheffield United, with Everton. Then a 7-2 defeat in the Champions League to Bayern Munich. Another heavy defeat there. Last season they went on a really bad run in the Premier League. They only won three games after the 10th of February, which is really poor, to Brighton, to Huddersfield and to Crystal Palace. So they did not do well. They went out in the FA Cup in the fourth round to Crystal Palace. They lost in the semi-finals of the EFL Cup. Obviously, they did really well, remarkably well in the Champions League, but they were held very lucky against Manchester City. They were lucky against Ajax as well, getting that right at the end, late goal from Lucas Moura. I could not believe that happened. But Mauricio Pochettino is gone, and for me, I don't think this will affect his reputation at all. If you look at Klopp at Dortmund, I think obviously he didn't. Let's not say that he did the same things, because Klopp won titles, got him to Champions League final. Mauricio Pochettino has never been anywhere near a league title, so there are different, but it didn't affect Klopp's aura. It didn't affect people wanting to appoint him, and I don't think it will be the same with Mauricio Pochettino. I think they'll still be interested in him. There's been talk of Barcelona. Obviously he said he'd never managed Barcelona. There's been talk of Real Madrid as well, Manchester United, so some really big clubs. And what he has done at Tottenham, I think, is absolutely fantastic in my opinion. And I don't think they should forget what he has done. He's taken them from being a club in the Europa League to being a top 4 club for the last 3 seasons. So he's done really well in my opinion. I think he's done superbly in my opinion. And I think he needs to be admired for what he did with Tottenham, because Tottenham without Mauricio Pochettino would still be probably not part of the top 6. It'd still be the same. So they finished 4th last season, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. So they've had 4 consecutive seasons with finishing in the top 4. So, and then last 3 seasons and in this season as well with the Champions League as well. So they have achieved a lot. Harry Kane's come to the forte. He was doing all right before, and he's continued to score goals. There's a lot of players that have improved, but this season it's really disappeared, unfortunately, for Pochettino. I think Pochettino is a top manager. He seems a really nice person as well. I was really pleased to see them getting through into the final, but unfortunately it didn't happen for him. It didn't happen on the night. They just weren't at the races, and that's how it seems all of this season. It's not been good enough for Tottenham, in my opinion, and that is why he has lost his job. But that is the breaking news. Mauricio Pochettino has been sacked as manager of Tottenham Hotspur. It'll be interesting to see who his replacement is. I'd expect some big names. Will they try and go massive and point in Allegri, or will they go a different route? Will they go with a young manager? Maybe they'd be interested in Brendan Rodgers. It's less, obviously he's not young, but maybe an Eddie Howe, or go further down like they did with Southampton, picking from Southampton, obviously further down in the Premier League. It'll be interesting to see where they go. I think they'll appoint a manager fairly quickly. I'm expecting a manager fairly quickly. It'll be interesting to see which route they go. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's just to announce the breaking news: Mauricio Pochettino has been sacked by Tottenham Hotspur. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Of course, if you are new, I'd really appreciate a like and a sub. But I also had to put my Premier League predictions out for this weekend. That was recorded before this news broke, so obviously I won't be wary of the Tottenham score. But feel free to check that out as well. But thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. My name is Mike, and I will see you soon.